Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, and welcome back to Mercury Farms. And it's raining this morning. Just about maybe 10 minutes ago in game time it started to rain. So last night what I did was we planted some trees. Yeah, the traffic noise was starting to bug me. I couldn't sleep as well. So yes, we got some trees in. Give us a little bit more privacy and also some noise reduction from the road. Of course, as we speak, no traffic going through whatsoever. Also did a little bit more work. I smoothed it around the pond, or whatever you want to call it here. And then of course I put some grass down in some areas. And put a little rock down in the steeper areas. Like right here. And kind of like right here, it's like sand because it's a little shallower here. So I thought it's kind of more like maybe like a beach thing. So if you want to go for a swim after a hard day's of work on the farm, you can do so. As for the weeds, I did take care of the weeds in this field over here, and I had to use herbicide because, well, you can see off in the distance, yeah, the weeds were starting to get stage 2. I was trying to keep ahead of the battle. I was using the weeder, but yeah, as you can see, like right here, the weeds started coming at stage 2. I got this section done with the weeder. This set was already in stage 2, and after a while trying to keep up with the weeds, I just finally said the heck with it, brought it back, and well, we sprayed the field with herbicide. So we got our field of canola right ahead of us. That's ready for harvest, but obviously today, yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be harvesting at all today. But that wasn't my plan anyways. Also, last night before I went to bed, I'm glad it happened just before I went to bed, there was no more room for wool down at the sheep pasture. So I took care of that, slept through the night, and during the night, guess what? There's a great demand for wool. So that kind of, yeah, so we got plenty of wool. I already got it loaded up because luckily I already had our flatbed down there with the Dutes fire down there, because I had to take out the full pallets and put in the empty ones. So if you remember, I accidentally bought some wool pallets and I had them up at the animal farm. So I brought those down and put those into the sheep pasture overnight, so they got some, so they could produce more wool. I also brought the case PUMA in here and put a front loader attacher on it. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe doing some changes with the tractors. So you can see I already got the wool already loaded, ready to go. The Dutes fire is already down here. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking I may get rid of the Dutes fire and just use the case PUMA. And the case PUMA can be the shunter now, if you will. Yeah, trying a little manure up with the Deuce fire. I mean, I guess I could get a bigger weight, but that's having some trouble with all that manure. I realize that it's a modded bucket, so yeah. 9,000 liters in the front of this thing. The Deuce fire can't really, even with the wheel weights and the weight in the back, yeah, I just can't handle it. And maybe get like a bigger tractor than the T8. Not like a T9 or a case quad or anything like that. But yeah, that not for today though. Just thoughts. The case PUMA is putting lime down in our field. Yeah, he's already getting along rather well. So this is going to look so much better here. And I already got the T8 over here. He refilled with digestate, and the tanker was full. But we'll get that in a minute. But let's hop back over to our beautiful flatbed. Let's head on over to the spinnery. Let's sell this because, you know, great demands. Does anyone know if there's actually a set timer on great demands, or is it just random times for how long the great demand lasts? I mean, is there a minimum and maximum time that it could be in a range of, or is it just like a set 6 or 12 hours or whatever it might be? I don't know. So I think last time I brought wool over here, I probably will have to grab the Dutes fire and bring it over here and unload it unless I get extremely lucky. Because I think this flatbed is just too high off the ground to be in the trigger for the wool to sell. So obviously we got at 10,000 liters per pallet, we got what, 70,000, and we'll just say 50. ish liters to sell. And I'm almost certain that this is not going to work because I think that's what we did last time. But who knows? We may hit like a sweet spot here somewhere. Alright, it's sold off the back. Really? But it's not going to sell the others? Looks like that's a no-go. Alright. No problem. We can manage this in a way, I think. Alright, so we'll unfold that. Yeah, they're going to do a little bit of a dance. They may go flying around there elsewhere. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring the deuce far over. Maybe get a pallet or two unloaded and sold. And I'll bring it back in just a second. We can see how much we got from the wool by checking out the price guide later on. Well, as I found out selling these pallets, one of these pallets was a base game pallet. So it only had 1,000 liters in it. But for the most part, these pallets are getting me 8,660 per, which brings our total now up to over $100,000. And now I have one less pallet because obviously that one despawned. Alright, so now I gotta do the fun challenge of getting these all back on. Taking them off, easy. Getting them back on, not so much. But how much do we make from the wool? That's what we wanted to see. If we come over here, yeah, $56,906 from making wool today, or selling wool. I have to take care of the case Puma as well. His tank is empty, no surprise there. Oops, I thought I had that pallet, did not. So, what I need to do, obviously, I'm not going to have you sit here and watch me struggle with these pallets forever and a day. Although some people probably wouldn't mind watching me do pallets once in a while. Yeah, we'll sit here and just do a couple, I guess. And then I'll take care of the case Puma, get him going. Can you get off there, please? Stay on the flatbed, thank you. And take care of the case Puma so we can get the T8 going. Putting some digestate down to get a stage of fertilization, and then the T8 can get busy seeding that field with some sugar beet. And I got a funny feeling that I'm going to be making a few trips back to the farm to refill the seed roll, because when you plant sugar beet, it takes a lot of seed, and that is a pretty big field for sugar beet. So as the raindrops keep falling on my head, I'm going to bring these pallets back to the sheep farm, sheep pasture. I could probably put a couple of these back actually inside because the trigger area is not quite full. But let me get all this stuff kind of squared away, and when we come back, we'll probably be getting ready to do some digestate injection. That sounds dirty. Alright, so all the pallets are brought back to the sheep farm, put into place. The sheep are also cleaned up, and now that I got the bucket on here, it's like, well, everyone else needs to be cleaned up as well, so let's take care of our chickens. The case Puma has been refilled with some lime. I can never get that little piece unless I come from this direction. You think I would have learned by now, but you know me, I don't learn nothing. It looks like our chickens probably late in the evening, especially those. This pen on the left seems to produce eggs faster than the ones on the right, which makes no sense. Because everything's the same other than the spot where they're located. So I don't know. But speaking of not learning everything, I kind of made a major boo-boo when I said Alien Jim was redoing Sussex Farm for Bullet Build. My extreme apologies to both of them. Alien Jim is actually the original creator of Sussex Farm, so yeah, I got my information mixed up there. But if you're new to this channel, then you wouldn't know that I make those mistakes all the time. So But anyways, yeah, my apologies to both of them. I am looking forward to Sussex Farm coming out. Like I said, I am looking for a map to do a series on for seasons. So that I've been kind of looking at that one to maybe be going to. I don't know yet. Not that I'm already playing on enough maps as it is. Here, have some silage. There you go. Do what you need with it. Yeah, so we might be selling this Dutspar in the future, in the near future. Like I said, the case PUMA can handle all this just a little bit better. The Dutspar was great because in the beginning it was cheap. What was it, like 19 grand for this thing? So not a bad tractor for 19 grand. Did you finish? I'd say not quite, but I can see why you thought you were finished. We will finish this up for you. But just as when I need to unload the eggs and the wool, the Dutspar just takes a while to get across the map. Here and there at 24 miles an hour. And as we've seen with the manure and the feed and whatnot, when it comes time to fill that bucket, the Dutspar just has a little bit of a problem. So since the case PUMA, that's why I customized the case PUMA before I started recording. I'm like, can the case PUMA take a front load attacher? Yes, it does. So for $1,500, we put one on there. I probably have to get a different front load attacher because it's a bigger tractor, and I don't think it'll take the one that we already have. But other than that, like I said, we're starting to get some bigger equipment on here for this reason here, this field right here alone. So I'm thinking, like this case PUMA can do the fertilizing, the weeding, the taking care of the animals. It'll be the good all-arounder. All right, so that is a field all lined up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this over and park it over by our sheep here, or at least in the area of the sheep. All right, now this looks a lot better. And I pretty much hugged my trailer, did I not? So much so, yeah, I can't. Because I keep forgetting that the tracks on the tanker turn as well. Alright, so let's select that. Now this is going to get extremely wide. I hesitated there for a second, like, what's it doing? Is it going to not open all the way? There we go. Can I raise? No, you cannot raise or lower that? I guess not. Alright, no problems. Alright, so what I need to do is get this kind of lined up. And yes, we are definitely going to use GPS for this. Alright, so this is good enough for me to set up GPS, I do believe. Alt-E, point A. Go about 15 meters. And then Alt-R. And then, which way does that need to go? Nope, I was going the correct way the first time. Slide that. Why won't you slide it all the way over? Or are you maxing out on me? There we go. That's what we need. Now, probably doing a headland would be a smart thing to do. But as we already know, I'm not that intelligent. So we're not going to bother because obviously I need a big... So maybe when I get down to the bottom, I will do a headland. Alright, so I need to lower that. And turn it on. Actually, let's move over just a little bit more. Nope, I'm going the wrong way with it. There we go. There we go. That's better. Yeah, we're going to go through a lot of digestate, but the good thing is, when I filled up my tanker, I had 570,000 liters, so the tanker is 70,000, so I got a 500,000 liters left of it. But it doesn't look like I'm even going to get down all the way. Am I going to make it all the way down? This thing's going to eat through the digestate. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it all the way down. So this is going to be a lot of trips with a tanker back to the PGA, I think. Well, not a lot. Maybe like 3 or 4. Yep, not even going to make it down to the bottom. That's fine, because like I said, we got lots of it. Alright, as far as it made it. Alright, let's go ahead, grab our tanker. I wonder if I can back up to the injectors and fill it up that way. We're about to find out. So it definitely looks like it's going to be like an all-day rain. Usually is. And I'm hoping that we don't lose our GPS settings on the track. I don't think I do. Plus the tractor should still be running. I didn't go that far away from it. Can I fill it up from this angle? Please tell me I can. Oh, we can. Perfect. Alright, gotta make sure I pick that up and put it back down, because if I don't, it won't start for some reason. Well, as you can see, that tree is gone, but there's no way I want to be able to turn around down here. At least in a good way. So we are going to do a little bit of a headland going this way. And we'll overlap just a little bit. And some areas it's not going to accept the digestate because it already has probably 2 stages of fertilization down on it. Question is, can I even get to the other side here? Boy, that texture looks awfully weird, doesn't it? Maybe because it's never had a crop in it? Either way, it will have not very long from now. Alright, let's go ahead and get back to the other side of the field. And now I have a nice wide area to turn around. Yeah, it looks like there's grass ahead of us, but we know it's not. If I lift that up. There we go. We'll pick up some speed. And get a little ways back up the field before I have to refill this once again. Thank you for guidance steering. Makes this job a little bit easier. Okay, a whole lot easier. Part of me now kind of wants to go in and mod this just a little bit. The working speed I'm fine with. Maybe how much digestate it actually uses. Alright, we'll lift that up. Back this guy up. But I'm definitely glad we got the 36 meter wide one. Doing this field with a 12 meter wide one, I'd be like, after 2 passes, you know what? I'll be like, no, not worth it. Not worth it at all. Alright, I can fill this up 1.5 more times, so I'm not going to go to the BGA with an empty tank. Alright, lower that down. Turn it on, and away we go one more time. And then what I'm going to do is, after I refill it one more time, I'll set this guy off in a worker, and I'll be taking the truck back to the BGA to top that off and bring it back. Yeah, I was saying 3 or 4 trips. You know, I might get by with 2. Let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, no, it's probably gonna be three more trips. We'll see how it goes, though. I don't know if you'd want to inject digestate on a rainy day like today. Those injectors might get clogged, but maybe the pressure coming out will keep them clear. Actually, one thing I could do to make it just a little bit easier is just make the tank so it holds more. I mean, that would be the easiest way out. Alright, I'd like to do a headland this way, but I'm definitely going to run out. So I think I'll just do the forward and backing up thing once I get over here. Let's lift up this injector so I can move a little bit quicker. And try to get it somewhat lined up here. So I turn on GPS. Nope, don't do all that. I was doing good at the beginning. And then it all went bad. Alright. Lower that down. Turn it back on. Yeah, because I don't think the worker is going to... Well, it'll be interesting to see how the worker does at the top end of the field here, when he comes time to turn around. Alright, let's grab the truck one more time. Well, a couple more times, but I'm going to go give him just a little bit I have left. I'm going to set him off on a worker at 11,000. I don't think he's going to reach the bottom of the field. Yeah, I want to make a few trips to the BGA, and I'll bring it back when I'm on the other end of the field, and hopefully everything's gone according to plan for once. Pushing into my lunch hour, and we're on the last strip to do. I should have enough in this tank and in the tanker to finish up the job. Yes, 3 trips to the BGA. Right? Yeah, it was 3 trips, I think. I don't remember actually. It could have been 2. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, the way it worked out, every time I put in that 10,000 liters for the worker to do, he would go through that 10,000 liters before I got back on the Volvo. He even got up to the cow field. So, yeah, I didn't make it too far. Didn't save myself much time. But, as you can see, we just got a little bit of strip left to do, and then it's back to the farm to drop that off. And then we can grab the seed drill. And it's going to take them a while to seed this field, actually. Quite a while on a 9 meter wide. And like I said, with sugar beet, I think it's going to go through the seed rather quickly. Fill them up. Injector down. Turn it on. And I'm kind of hoping I use enough to where I can empty out the tanker, but that tanker now is just getting used for digestate and slurry, so it's not that big of a deal if I cannot do that. Make sure we get this whole area covered. I'm wasting a lot of digestate here just because I got to get that last little strip over there, but it's all good. Alright, now we can fold that up. Get GPS turned off. Turn that off. Looking much better. Actually, I got a double stage of fertilization down over here, but no lime needed. Completely fertilized. Well, digestate anyways. And yeah, I cannot empty the tanker out into here. So we're just going to drive this on back. Grab our seedrill. Bring him over. And yeah, he's going to seed in the pouring rain. Why wouldn't you? Like I said, it's going to probably take him a few hours. In-game hours to do that. But I want to get those sugar beets up and going. So we can start profiting off our nice big... Well, we profited pretty well with the trees. But crop-wise, I want to get some sugar beet done. Start making money with our root crop harvester that we... Between the root crop harvester and the header, we spent over $500,000 on it. So... yeah, you can unhitch there. Did I not? Did I not unhitch you? Apparently I did not. I mean, obviously it's still on there. I'm a little confused why I did not unhitch. Now I gotta drive all the way around because I'm hitting something trying to back up. Of course it's going to happen on a rainy day. There we go. That time it unhitched. I must have hit the wrong button on my steering wheel. Alright, now the question is, does this need to be refilled? I'm thinking no. I think I did that last time before I put it away. Yep, it's good to go. Before I do anything, make sure it's on sugar beet, because that's the crop that we have, or the header that we have. Well, now that I got the farm cleaned up just a little bit more, I brought the lime spreader back. The truck and the tanker are out of the big field. Parked the tanker up by shed up in the animal farm. I got the water tanker being refilled. So while the TA is seeding sugar beet away in that field, as you can tell, we got the loading wagon, and we're going to go pick up some wet straw, basically, is what we're going to do. The straw's been sitting here for days. And why wouldn't you pick it up while it's raining out? Because that's the way I do things. I mean, if it's a job I can do, I'm going to do it. Why not? Why not? And besides, our cows need a little bit more straw. They're a little bit below half. And whatever we have left, we'll just put into the Total Mix Rations mixer. And in the future, if I need straw, I can always take it back out. But I did definitely not want to be seeding the big field. And I thought about, well, I could do a time lapse. I'm like, yeah, a field that big, a time lapse is going to be, even a time lapse is going to take a while. So then I thought to myself, you got a big field. Well, you got a field of straw that's been sitting there for, I don't know how long now. So how about you go pick it up and take care of your cows, because your cows could use some. And I said, Self, that's a great idea. Let's do that instead. So here we are. Some of these habits I have, like, well, at least when it's raining out anyways, when seasons come along, I don't think you're going to be able to pick up, you can't use like a loading wagon and bale and all that stuff in the rain. I don't think you can. I'm thinking back to 17, and I don't think you can do that. It's been a while, though, so I don't know, and there's a lot of new things going on in Seasons in 19, which, the day you see this video, I believe Seasons comes out the next day. So this video should be coming out on the 23rd. I think Season comes out on the 24th. But as you see this video, now I just realized the John Deere DLC should be out as well sometime today. I still giggle a little bit when I say John Deere DLC when there's only one implement that's John Deere, but boy is it a big one. I wonder if they're going to change the price of that John Deere cotton harvester. It's like 830 grand. I didn't see how big the harvester is. Maybe it's wider than the case. But I mean, it's like twice the price of the case harvester. So, I mean, if you're going to do cotton, and you're not, you know, if you really don't care between case or John Deere, just saying. Actually, I'm probably going to have to make at least a trip and get rid of this straw, because I think we're collecting more than I thought I was going to collect, which is always good. The more you harvest, the better. Now I'm waiting to see how long it's going to take before our seed row runs out of seed, being sugar beet. I mean, if I can finish this whole field before I need to refill them, that'd be great. And I did check to make sure I was getting the second stage of fertilization down, because I would have been really upset if I wasn't, and we are. But also, the weeds are already starting to grow in that field, like they always do. Yeah, so I need to buy a front loader, and I think the bucket I can still use the same bucket. I just gotta buy the different front loader because this is a bigger tractor. But for now, I will keep the Dutes Fire until maybe I get enough cash to upgrade this to a bigger tractor. I mean, the TA is fine. The TA can do the cultivator. As we saw, the Volvo truck with its 725 horsepower still was not pulling the cultivator as fast as its possible working speed. So getting a bigger tractor like a Fendt Vario 1000 with, I think I can get 530 horsepower on that mod. I don't think it's going to be a great help to us. But I think just upgrading the Dutes Fire just to a bigger, just a little bit bigger, wouldn't be too bad. And we are full. So let's head on up and give the cows some straw. They probably wouldn't mind some today for bedding, seeing that it's raining out. And we can see our TA off in the distance, seeding away. Looks like he's getting along rather well. He's got a ways to go. Long ways to go. And in a couple days, yeah, we're probably going to have a whole episode where I'm just harvesting sugar beet. They'll probably be where I harvest the first load, and then I'll be grabbing the Volvo truck with the trailer and, well, selling it somewhere. Alright, straw. I almost said hay, but hey, what do I know? Angle it just right. Make sure you get the wheels up on the door like one would. How much straw do you guys require? Pretty close to 60,000 liters they took. They should be happy for a while. Let's go put the rest in our Total Mix Rations mixer, which I really haven't. I forgot how much is actually in here. I got some, like 130,000 liters worth, which is not bad. We do have silage at the BGA I could bring down and top it off. And of course I got all that chaff. I still haven't compacted that chaff and covered it up to ferment it, but we're not in the dire need of it at the moment, because we just fed the cows like a day and a half ago. Well, what I'm going to do now is obviously finish picking up the straw, and then I'm probably going to take over and save some cash on a helper. And oh yeah, I'll set like GPS up and do the rest of the field off camera, in between episodes, if you will. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time on Mercury Farms. But until then, have a good one.